Hey guys, I'm Mikey back here for the video, guys. Yup, the power-ups are released today, and sadly, they are exactly what they were told last night. We thought maybe EA would go ahead and make them a little bit different, make them actually go up to 97s or whatever, but I did say this in a previous video, and I'll say it again. I do believe we're going to get another series of these Campus Hero cards, and I believe they will go ahead and get a 98 overall upgrade series of 24 98 overalls. I do eventually believe that will be the case, so that's why I honestly did not believe that they were going to go ahead and get a 97 overall power pass or power up path, because of the fact that we're gonna get 98 overalls of these cards. Now, why did they do this? Because you guys do not know how power-ups work and how Campus Heroes work. Is Campus Heroes have their own power-up built into them, so they're pretty much a card with their power-up already. They are able to change any position they want to, so you could change a right tackle to a left guard, or a left guard to a center. You can change it to any position because they have a power-up already built in. They also already have the ability to change your team chem. They're kind of like veterans, where you can change any team chem you want to because they already have that built in. So is there any actual reason why these cards even are getting power-ups? Well, the only one logical reason EA did this for, other than just being illogical, is literally just because of the fact that they get ×2 to physical chems. They also get ×3 to the other base chems. So in order to go ahead and get a ×2 to any to physical chems, you need to get 93 overall. So in order to go ahead and get ×2 sprinter, ×2 brawler, they need a 93 overall card. In order to go ahead and get ×3 to other chems, you need a 92. So they already got the regular chems ×3, but now they get ×2 to physical chems with brawler, sprinter, shaker, whatever you end up using. So that's the only logical thing that they actually get from this, is the fact that they actually have the ability to, first off, be used on the power-up pass, so that if you have a power-up pass and you want one of these 92 overall cards, you can now get them because they have a power-up. Second off, that not only can you get them, which honestly these cards are cheap anyway, so it's not a big deal, but if they did skyrocket in price for whatever reason, you can still get them because you have the power-up pass. Other than that, though, like I said, there's not much other than physical training that's really necessary with this. It's pretty much act exactly the same as a power up, as a Campus Hero card. There's nothing different. So I think this definitely was an L by EA, but I know some people I saw on TikTok were like, don't complain about it. It's just it's just power ups, be happy. And I'm like, if it was players that, even if it was players we didn't care about or didn't want, like it wasn't DJax, it's not that we would be happy about it, but we understand some kind of concept. It just doesn't make sense. That's, I think, what a lot of people are having a hard time figuring out about this, is that it's not that it's a bad thing, it just doesn't make, not that it's like the most awful thing in the world, it just really doesn't make sense. Also, guys, we have a new franchise, Madden 21 franchise update deep dive. So apparently tomorrow we're actually getting a huge update to franchise mode. So league history revisits the history of the franchise your franchise throughout our new running key award-winning conference and Super Bowl champions on a yearly basis. These records will be located in a single hub with a year filter to see the championship award winners from the previous seasons. Honestly, this is probably the biggest W when it comes to franchise mode for playing online. Not online, sorry, for like video making and video creation. It's actually a big W right there. For existing franchises, only have data for the current season and beyond, so you can't go back, obviously, if you already have a franchise. Trade logic and player value improvements. In many cases, we took top reported community issues with trade values as a direct inspiration to design and implement ways to address these concerns. Now, this is actually a big thing, because in franchise mode, you could trade like 2 first-round picks for somebody and a top athlete, and they say no. And then other times you could trade nothing for somebody, and you get the trade would go through. So it's really hit or miss, really, and it doesn't make logical sense. So now they're making it the most realistic trade system ever created, which yeah, I'm gonna believe that when I see it, in all honesty. The trade system always use a player's best overall, then the team's then using a team's overall. Fixed an issue with the higher overall players did not have value due to the players all type different. So again, like I said, they're addressing a whole entire trade system and trying to make this better. Now, this is obviously their way of trying to, hey, we're listening to franchise guys, we're listening to the issues that are, being brought up to us, and here's what we're going to do to fix the issues at hand. Will this actually be amazing? I'm going to be optimistic about it. I'm going to go ahead and give it the benefit of the doubt here. I'm going to try it out. I'm going to see how good it does because, again, I kind of feel like, when it comes to this kind of stuff, EA maybe can add some more gimmicks to make the actual franchise mode really cool. So base views of every position at each of the depth chart slot for all 32 teams, including franchise-specific schemes to address isolated value issues and authenticity improvements. Allow both teams to access the premium value association to trades, which gives a team better picture of the player's actual value. Address multiple instances of issues where lower overall cards will be overvalued to a team that needed at that position. That's what I was just saying. You could trade 360 overall cards if they need a cornerback and get like a 95 overall. It was insanely OP and broken, and thankfully they did fix that. Hopefully they fix that. Made a dev trait a full factor in the player's value calculation rather than a modifier for a boost. So that's cool. We have draft pick values. Completely redesigned the base value of draft picks to work with the new player value changes and more closely align with the NFL benchmark trade values. Previously, the second and the third round pick would have significantly less value. We didn't feel like this was authentic, so we removed it. Impacts both picks for the pick trade as well as the pick for players or any mixture of the two. Okay. Team philosophies, value difference. Team will now have numerous perspectives of valuing players and draft picks from their own and opponents. Okay, so again, anything outside of first round pick in Madden usually doesn't mean anything to the CPU, so that's nice to see that they actually have some more, they care a little bit more when it comes to that kind of stuff. Return value increased modifiers for players in the first year of their contracts and players who are rookies. Okay. Added logic to no longer apply bonus of the first year of the contract value to players who are only signed to 1-year contracts. Previously, all players on a 1-year contract were receiving a value bonus that was only intended for the players on a long-term contract. And why that was not fixed right away. Well, in February or March now, then this is still was an issue. Anyway, though, dev note where we are subject to water cooler trade talks, like you see what that team just offered, blank player. Seems like a steal. What would you give up? I'd probably give up a second round. Well, a second round for that guy. He would easily be a first round pick. He's so good. Yeah, but yeah, okay, so he might retire after the first year. Okay. So they're kind of just saying that now people are smarter when it comes to that kind of stuff. Quarterback value improvements. Added new premium value to raise quarterback value compared to other skill positions. It's allowed quarterbacks to receive similar compensation as in real life, also reflective of our rating scales. For example, A6 overall franchise quarterback, level talent. Franchise level talent. We want to make sure that trading away or for a player, that level is recognized for being a more valuable and rare commodity than possibly a 90-93 overall at other positions. I kind of wish they would add the realistic system as in the NFL, where if you trade away and you lose a big player, you get compensation picks. You know how you, like, for example, if you lose a franchise quarterback, I don't think it's trade. I think it's just sign. I mean, a lease. You don't sign them. You get 2 first-round picks. That'd be really cool. So overall, that is the dev notes for the Madden franchise update. As a franchise guy myself, and I do love franchise mode, I'm gonna say this is a W. I'm going to say this is a big fat W. I think they really homed in on a lot of things that I like, and I think they did a really good job on this, in all honesty. I mean, I know it wasn't much that they improved, but it's definitely enough that I'm like looking at like, okay, I can respect that. So guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. W, L, and N for this whole entire video, N being neutral. I honestly think the power-ups are an L, and I think the franchise mode is a W. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.